G'day painters, happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining me today. My name's Bev. I'm from Rescue, Recycle, Reuse in Queensland, Australia. I'm a big collector of windows. Love old casement windows from the old sort of farmhouses or any of the old houses really. And I do a lot of upcycling with them and using transfers. So today I'm going to be working on one which is pretty cool. So this is the transfer that's on here, and this has got all these amazing vibrant colours in it, and I'm a bit excited to have a bit of a play with some of these and of these colours to sort of match in. So I'm going to be doing a bit of stuff around the edges here to blend in with this amazing coloured transfer. So this is a little bit, I'm cheating a little bit because I saw Christorna. Is she on you? Hi Christorna, I saw you do this a month or a couple of months ago on a table. I think you called it shiplack, but I hadn't heard that term before. So I did it on a couple of window frames, and it's really cool. It sort of gives that same sort of rubbed back old weathered paint sort of look, but you can sort of pick the colours that you want. So this is I'm pinching from you. So I'm going to tilt you down so you can see, and if you're just joining us, this is what I'm working on. It's an old casement window. You get them in lots of houses here. I don't know, I guess you get them in the States too. And I'm a bit excited because it's got all these amazing colours in it, and I want to bring some of that colour out into the edges here. What I'm going to be using is your Dixie Belle spatulas here, and I've got a few amazing sort of bright colours, and I've matched them up to what's happening here. I've tipped a few out already, so I'll talk about them as I go. And we'll just get started. So they've been out for about half an hour or so, just sort of drying out a little bit, so it makes them a little bit thicker. You don't have to, but it does make it easier to work with. So I'm grabbing my spatula. If you're doing it straight from the jar, these are great because they fit straight in. And I'm just going to start with, I've given this a really good clean with white lightning and dried it off. I think I'll start with sort of this amazing pink, which is this one here is the peony. I'm just going to put a little bit of it onto my spatula like that, and then hold it at an angle and just sort of flick it down. So it's getting that sort of like a uneven splattered sort of painted look. So I'm going to do this in a few spots and then come back and dry. I'll use the hairdryer. You can sort of come down this way if you want. You sort of want it to do that scraped feeling. Let's see if I can tilt it a little bit more. That sort of scraped look, so that it looks like it's maybe been sanded off a bit. Over here where it's got a really like a straight line, I'll just come back and do that so that you don't have that straight line on it. And the same on this one. So this is just going to give it that sort of, when it's all layered up, you're going to get a bit of that look that you get when things have had layers and layers of paint on them. Okay, I think that's enough for the old peony. Just going to wipe the spatula off so it's all clean again. And I'll do one more colour and then I'll just use the hairdryer. So let's have a look. I think maybe flamingo. So there's some really nice sort of flamingo colours down in around here. Again, just put it on your spatula. It's all just a bit of a play it by ear sort of thing. There's no right or wrong way as such. You sort of just want to play with it until you're really happy with the colouring. I'm actually scraping this over so it blends into that peony colour a little bit. See here, I think it's a little bit blocky here, so I'm going to scrape a bit of that through it. I might do just a little hatch here. It's sort of nice, that little cross-hatchy look that you get sometimes too. Okay, so I'm going to dry this off with the hairdryer for a sec. So we're going to move on to a couple of other colours. Just need some paper towel or a cloth just to keep wiping your little spatula down. Let's have a look. Maybe a bit of green. So I've used the kudzu green. Can bring a little bit of that in. Just to break that up a little bit. I don't want to cover all the white. I have actually got some white that I'm going to use back over this to break it up again. So you sort of want a little bit of the natural patina of the timber of the window coming through. I think a bit of purple, so we've got a really nice beautiful amethyst here. That's going to pick up some of the colour in these wings. And put a bit of that up here. So the spatula is at about a 45-degree angle, and by going really quickly, it really sort of just drags it along. You're really just skimming it along. So some of it's going to be just down the edge. Some of it's just going to pick up some of the high spots. And we're just going to play with it until the overall effect is pleasing. All right, I'm going to dry those two off again really quickly. Okay, the reason I'm drying it in between is because I don't really want it all to blend together. I want it to look like it's actual layers and layers. Now I've got some, I think it was Fluff here, some of the Dixie Belle Fluff. And I'm just going to go over a little bit of that to break it up with a little bit of white again. It's not the really bright white, it's a little bit softer because the actual colour of the window isn't really bright. So I'm going to bring that back over and break up some of that colour again to give it that really you know, layered look. A part of the butterfly transfer. So I'm going to bring the colour around that so that that looks like it's coming out of it. Now, I'm sure some of you have spent hours actually sanding something like this back so that you can make it all pretty. But in this case, we're just making it look like a hot mess. But what I love about it is that it's got all these really bright colours, and when you put it against the window, it just frames up that window really nicely. Now, like I said, you can play around with it as much as you want. You can, if you wanted to, if you found it too much for you, you could do some white back over the top. But I just sort of really like that really mishmash look of things. And like I said, for this particular one, I just love that it picks up all these colours in the middle and put a few transfers around the side and make, you know, and then go over the top and make it look like they're coming out from underneath the paintwork. It's just your imagination. You just have to play around with things and, you know, do it until you feel happy with it. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it today. So if you came in late, my name's Bev. I'm from Rescue Recycle Reuse down here in Australia. And if you go to see your local retailer, they'll have all these products. So go and talk to them. They'll be able to explain it to you, whether you're in the States or whether you're in Australia. They'll be able to go through and run you through how you do these again as well. So thanks for joining me this Wednesday. I'm on every Wednesday. So if you could pop in and see me next Wednesday, I will come up with something else. I will see you guys next week. Have fun and have a great week. Bye.